What has been happening? Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another collab between myself and Miles. It's been a while.
Yeah, a few months.
Yeah, and as ever, we thought we'd kick this batch of collabs off with a bit of a news roundup to cover everything that's been happening since we last recorded. Yeah. Got a list, quite a long list. Let's just kind of quick fire through some of these things. So I think the Underwater Menace animation was maybe a day or two after we last recorded, I feel.
Yeah, I've been feeling like it was one of those things that we see that's been posted as soon as we've just posted, sent everything out.
Any strong thoughts or feelings about that?
For me personally, I don't get the animations anymore. They're just not my thing. I just don't digest Who in that kind of way anymore.
Which the last one you got?
Faceless ones, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I tried Fury.
I haven't seen Faceless or Fury yet.
Yeah, don't.
I did get the Web of Fear thing just
for shits and giggles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I am very happy for fans who want this to be a thing, and obviously it's nice that I don't think we know going forward what
the deal is.
The plan is, yeah. But
there was like the rumoured one for the smugglers, wasn't there? But
yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. And there was a rumour about that at that same time that we were going to get colour versions of
No Child or something.
So who knows?
And obviously, Skeletal Toymaker would be great, like next year. It's time. But
who knows? Personally, I'm not going to be getting it, but like I'm happy for the fans who get these animations. And,
sure,
that's good.
Nice.
Good
nice
for them. Good for them.
So got that. Rose was confirmed to be Rose Noble. Finished character.
It was one of those things. It's like, well, we might as well confirm it.
Another one of those coming up in a bit.
Yeah.
And on the same sort of subject, actually, the latest seasons of both Heartstopper and Sex Ed.
Yes.
Come out, obviously featuring Yasmin and then Shooty for Sex Ed.
I've not seen Heartstopper, have you?
I've seen it, yes.
This new series.
Good fun. What do you think of? We've both seen all of Sex Ed, have we?
We have seen all of Sex Ed.
Any thoughts on that?
Loved it. It was great.
You think? Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people did actually give. When I was mentioning it to them, they're like, it's okay, isn't it? But I really enjoyed it.
I wasn't so sure on it myself. I will say. There
was character decisions that I was a bit like, I want to.
I think maybe like felt a bit like a pastiche of itself,
but
maybe. Or
I can say
outstaying its welcome a little bit.
Yeah, the one thing I can say is that whenever Eric was on screen, Shooty Gatwa, fantastic. Didn't put a foot wrong.
Magnetic.
And you're really when a doctor's been announced and you're now looking at their work,
really paying attention.
You're paying attention, aren't you? And I have to say, I was not disappointed.
No.
He's phenomenal, and there was the final episode when Shooty got all these great meaty monologues and bits and scenes and things.
Yes.
There's that moment when he's about to be baptized, and then he stands up and he says who he is to this community of people, and I just was going, "There's Doctor Who."
Doctor Who.
It's fantastic. So really loved that
great
side
stuff,
of things for
great
sure.
stuff to come from him.
Yeah, very good. We're very lucky.
What else have we got? The latest season of Doctor Who Redacted. Have you checked that out at all?
I've listened to the whole thing.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, this is one of those things that I've forgotten to mention to you.
Wow. Interesting.
When I have listened to the whole thing more because I was making Spag Ball and it was taking me a while, and I thought I might as well. So I
glowing
listened,
review.
Yeah. So if you're ever waiting for pasta to cook, you might as well listen to it. It's a thing. I think it's on the level of Doomsday to me, that kind of stuff. It's there. It exists.
It's just a shame because I suppose one day I'll get around to it. I don't know. I haven't made as much of an effort as I did with Series 1. And the thing with, I think Ella Watts, isn't it, the producer being taken off it as well, just leaves a sour taste.
It does leave a sour taste.
And then in terms of how they market and promote it as well, it feels like it's been a bit more muted just because, I don't know, they can't go to town with that as much.
It was all dropped in one block as opposed to weekly, like the last lot.
It just, as we'll get onto it with the Doomsday and the end of that as well, it feels another one of those things. They put it out there and it's there, but like there's not been much fanfare and you can't really get hype for it, sadly. And I'd love to. But
there was that article I think Beth Axford did for the Radio Times about how it links into the 60th.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, and that piqued my interest, I'll be honest. I was like, ooh.
Is it a good moment when it happens, that bit?
It's a moment, yeah. That's it.
It's a moment, yeah.
Yeah, don't go in.
No.
My advice to you would be don't go into Redacted Series 2 thinking that it's this big secret, 60th kind of link.
No.
It's very, very minor. if you've got time, give it a go, but I wouldn't go out your way to see it.
Yeah, it's what
see it, hear it, listen to it.
3 hours, a half-hour episode, something like that. Yeah,
if that. Yeah,
3 hours of your life.
3 hours of your life,
if you want. Yeah. Who Spy has made a return.
Yeah,
so I've
exciting.
talked about a lot of these on my channel already, actually. But like, and any particular observations about any of these teaser images?
We've
had
we've got like, the unit office stuff. Yeah, we got the clown face, which obviously was nice. Just before the.
It was nice how those things tied into the trailer, wasn't it? Yeah, that was great.
The most recent, well, no, not the most recent one, but one of them that came out like over last week or so was the brass kind of.
The TARDIS thing.
Which people think is the TARDIS. Potentially.
I
think it looks particularly TARDIS.
Could we talk about this a little bit more? I think in another video, but like, I think so. Like Gallifreyan symbols and stuff.
Oh, was there? Oh,
I think really like tiny, like circular. I mean, little circles and things.
I've been paying more attention to post-it notes saying like meeting Tuesday at 6:15.
I don't know what they're doing with that. Again, I don't really think there's anything to that particularly, like other than what was it, like Tuesday to Thursday 9:30, like
and people are like, oh my god, trailer announcement.
At the same time, it would be a nice thing, like with the ARG thing back with Find the Doctor. It'd be a nice thing for that to have some relevance, but I don't really see it.
I just think it is so cool though, but knowing that they're doing that when it got announced that they were doing this Who Spy, obviously it was a big throwback to.
Yes,
they did it for 2005,
3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, around that when Series 1 was about to come out.
Sure.
And I was like, it's just a fun idea. You don't even need to reveal a lot of information, but it's perfect. It keeps the show
age and everything, isn't it?
Keeps the show present and in your in the mind's eye. So even if I haven't, I mean, I'm not very good at noticing stuff like like Find the Doctor and stuff like that. I was hopeless at finding stuff in it, but I think it's exciting just to get that little notification on your phone and say hashtag Who Spy,
Who Spy,
flick the switch or whatever it was.
Fantastic. One of the Who Spy images was of a keep out sign on the shed. Speaking of which, Miriam Margolyes.
This man segues like the meep. No one else segues.
I think they're just calling it the Meep now, aren't they?
Yeah, although does it say Beat the Meep on the DWM cover?
I think it just says introducing the Meep.
Introducing the Meep. She's called it the Meep in her autobiography, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think, like with another character who we'll get on to, I think they're kind of, they've dropped that first part and just simplified it, I suppose. It makes sense, doesn't it? I guess, and to distinguish it as well kind of from the
catchy,
original.
Isn't it?
Yeah, the Meep. Another one of those kind of open secrets, really.
We'd all worked it out.
We all knew. Yeah. There's the link there with Emily Cook, so like it just all, and Russell as well, and everything. It's not a surprise.
Yeah, but brilliant.
But
she's
great.
She's fantastic. And she seems so excited about it as well. Like in the.
And I was looking at that, like the cover that was announced yesterday for Doctor Who magazine will be on sale by the time this goes out. But like, just looking at that fantastic new image of the Meep, whatever you want to call it, and. Yeah, it's going to be something really special, that I think. Yeah. Like, I don't think we're prepared for the levels of... Because obviously it's going to be the cute and cuddly stuff at the start. It's going to turn evil.
I can't wait to see how they do that.
And the gun, if it has the gun.
Yeah.
And I can just like see it, like if there is like this big climax and Star Beast, like the Meep kind of like crawling up scaffolding on a building or something, like a big kind of King Kong moment or something. Yeah. I could just picture it like there, this big evil mastermind
with the voice
of
also,
well, exactly, and that, and all the humour and the hilarity from it as well. Every single line of dialogue is going to be gold.
I loved the trailer, how she's clinging on to Donna's leg saying meep meep. Yeah, it's just fantastic.
Perfect.
Brilliant. I honestly can't wait for that. It's such a fantastic throwback to kind of guest stars being this amazing, like baffling kind of roles and things like that. Trying to think of an equivalent in Russell's first era.
Oh gosh,
which is still bizarre to say.
Yeah,
like a celeb sort of voicing.
And sort of like with the android, maybe.
Yes,
that kind of thing, I suppose.
To a degree,
sort of.
And obviously we've got Big Brother coming back now, which is another link to Davina McCall.
Well, maybe Cassandra as well as another kind of. Zoe want to make us that kind of thing.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, exactly like that. Speaking of which, then we've had Redacted. We've got another spin-off, sort of Unleashed. Doctor Unleashed.
Yes!
Another open secret.
God, we've not done a video for so long. I've forgotten all these
Unleashed,
things.
been announced. So behind the scenes show, half an hour or so, I think, after each episode on BBC iPlayer, and BBC Three.
That thrilled me.
They haven't seen anything like Disney, I don't think. Maybe
not yet,
be
but I assume
to access it somehow.
There's a Marvel kind of equivalent that's always there's an option on Disney Plus, so I've no doubt that.
So again, not loads, I suppose, but great news. We've known for a while, sort of. It'd be great to have a return to that confidential style.
Yep.
Hopefully, it's just very in depth and they go to town with it.
More so than the sort of the shorts that we've been getting on the YouTube channel, because I never was enticed to watch those kind of that have been Capaldi and Whittaker era. It just it felt like there wasn't enough time in those videos to properly delve into stuff like there is in confidentials. So
I think that's the thing, and like I think with a lot of like it's kind of coming out now already with like the previous eras, like a lot of it I think like they didn't really have the resources, the budget particularly.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas now we're in this place where we've outsourced it out to this independent company, and it's just all fantastic, and the money seems to be there, the resources seem to be there.
Yeah,
great,
fantastic,
great to have it. Great to have that record
Absolutely
of all the
can't
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
The 60th anniversary concert, which now time of recording, that's like a couple of days away. The actual broadcast, it might have gone out, I don't know, by the time this goes out, but like we didn't go. But,
everyone applied for tickets.
I was actually in Cardiff like the weekend. It was on Thursday. I was in Cardiff that weekend. So close but so far.
I knew of people who were there and managed to get in. Just
like waiting in the foyer.
So
photos of people. Yeah,
maybe next time we'll just go down to. I think Cardiff's such a risk for us though, because it's so far away. For us to be on the off chance. But yeah,
that looked very cool. Great to have the three showrunners all in one place. Great to have the music obviously from Murray and Sagan as well. And
there was a Sagan suite, wasn't there?
Yes, I think I saw which pieces were in that. Looked fantastic. Obviously the new pieces, so the new theme, the theme for the 15th Doctor and theme for Ruby Sunday,
Life of Sunday, which apparently is going to be played
by
Millie Gibson. Well, not Millie, but by the character.
So we talked about this in the past.
Piano double
thing.
Yeah.
And I believe they casually mentioned that she's adopted as well, which ties in. Have you seen that leak, the Christmas leak? If not, I won't say anything.
I don't think I have.
Davina.
No. Well, if I'm putting two to two together, I definitely haven't heard that.
Right. Okay.
If that's what I'm thinking it is, but sure. Okay. No, I haven't heard that.
I will leave it at that.
Okay.
Don't want to spoil it. No. But yes, that seems to be in there out in the open now as well, and obviously it kind of plays into some things we knew or suspected from filming about like her foster mother, I think. But we'll leave it at that for now. With that one, obviously the broadcast is going to happen. Might have already happened by the time this goes out. And we're going to hear all three of those new pieces, I believe.
I hope so. Yeah.
The theme will be an interesting one because you see, I don't think it's not going to sound exactly the same performed live. So it's a bit of a weird way to do it. And people think they've already heard a glimpse of it in a trailer that was on like Radio 1 or 2 or something.
It sounds different to ones we've heard in the past, but you're right.
I thought it kind of sounded similar, really. Well, I don't know.
There was the middle eight didn't sound like anything we've heard.
Yeah, there was a little something in there, but I don't know. Well, we'll see how that goes. Cause maybe it's just going to be, it'll feel quite similar, but then it'll feel newer when it's actually the final mix on TV. I don't know.
But you're right, actually, because I watched on the off chance yesterday the 2013 proms or a bit of it, and the theme in that doesn't sound anything like
anything else
from that era. So it is peculiar, but exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, I think whatever happens, clearly there's going to be orchestral elements in there again,
and it's up for debate whether it's just for the 60th specials or whether it's the theme for Shooty as well.
Yeah,
I almost think that it's more of an anniversary theme from what I've heard.
Like with the Sonic, maybe.
Like with the Sonic,
thing, perhaps. So we've had that. Speaking of Shooty, some more filming. We think pickups for the Christmas episode.
Giant snowman head,
the kilt, the thing where like a policeman follows him.
And he does a 180.
Yeah, there's 180.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Fantastic, great stuff.
I loved that. It's really brilliant. Yeah, really good stuff.
And filmed right outside the corner where Henrik's was in Rose, the same building.
Yep. Again, which you were there not 3 or 4 days earlier.
Time travel. We've got imminent the Magic the Gathering cards. Now, any thoughts on this at all?
bloody expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
People have been going wild for them, and I'm kind of not really feeling it myself.
I've been seeing a lot of
stuff.
drops of people. People have been sharing like they're like exclusive.
It just seems so.
It's
like you say, so kind of impenetrable almost.
Yeah, it's not something that I've ever had an interest
and like
in.
the artwork, it's nice, but it's sort of. It kind of feels like fan art. It's not a bad thing to say.
It's so far removed from the show.
Yeah, quite far removed.
Did you read the article in Doctor Who magazine?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so obviously that explains that it's kind of it's their take on Doctor Who with a budget.
They've taken some license there.
The nth degree. For all those who love playing, I don't even know what those the Magic Gathering. It's sort of a Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon kind of card game.
I was looking on YouTube, like the most viewed Doctor Who videos just out of interest, like recently, like for the past maybe a week or so, or maybe a few days ago, and a lot of them are like Magic the Gathering channels doing Doctor Who stuff.
Interesting.
And there's one actually where it's like, I think there's 4 people. I don't know if they were fans already or if they've just put the costumes on for this, but like they're in costumes for the different Doctors. So there was a Jodie. I can't remember the other 2, but there was definitely a Jodie and then like a Shooty in the orange jumper and the brown jacket, which I thought was really cool.
Brilliant.
Like to see that. It was, like, it was a black dude as well, so kind of like
nice.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just
I like it.
It was really cool to see that.
Great. So obviously in terms of other communities, I think it's great for that to
potentially. It'll kind of I don't know. It won't like make massive waves, but it'll definitely get Doctor Who into places that might not have been before.
Maybe it's a huge community that we're not aware of, you know. And,
I'm sure.
100%.
Underground,
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Power to you, and also power to you if you have the income to afford at least one packet.
Yes, it's like 50 quid.
I did look at because I love
the things.
The 9th and 10th Doctor one looked nice. I loved 10th Doctor and Rose in front of that, and I thought, maybe I'd get that because that one looks really nice. But then I looked at the price and I thought rent was more important.
Yes.
but yeah. So power to all those who are discovering Doctor Who through it.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic.
The Doctor Donathon has been announced.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Out of nowhere, but it was a
bizarre.
weird thing. Yeah. Obviously, in the tradition of the watch-longs and stuff, and lockdown. Yeah, they're doing a ballot to go and see it in a cinema. So all of the Doctor Donner episodes, as many of them as you can fit in one day.
Do you think anyone will be turning up to that screening?
Maybe,
maybe Russell will find his way down to London.
That'd be nice. Yeah, maybe.
Say hello.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know if people on that level. I mean, that would be lovely. I think definitely like, kind of, or maybe like the type of people you see like at BFIs or like events, that kind of like more kind of professional fans or whatever. People that have worked on stuff.
Yeah,
maybe.
What date is it? Do you remember?
Yes, so I think the draw ends today, and then the actual thing is on Saturday the 4th of November.
Okay.
Which is interesting because does that mean the first of the specials is going to be the following week, maybe?
That's the theory, isn't it?
Theory.
Yeah.
And then it would all kind of be November and...
Yeah, I that's very possible.
Maybe
either way, it's good that it's a Saturday so that even if you don't get tickets, it's easier to be involved.
Sure.
I think I'm off work that day, so
yeah.
I can join in.
From Doctor and Donna to Doomsday, the grand finale, or not.
Yeah, people were confused about this. Was it because it was going to come out on the last day of September and then...
Yeah, a line in the press release had said that I think it was going to come out by the end of September, the last bit, on the website, like a prose thing.
Yeah. Didn't
happen. I think it ended up being like early October. Have you read it? No.
Have I read it? No. And what's so funny is it's free, and I don't care.
It's just it felt like such a waste of time because I'll tell you because like basically
you've read it?
I've read it.
Okay, cool.
It's another prose thing, and it's like I haven't been keeping up with every single thing, so I didn't really know what had happened before this, whatever it is that's taken us back to this place. But she ends up back in New Venice, like the setting of the first,
which is where it started, right?
So it all loops back round, and then spoilers. Basically, the gist of it, as far as I can tell, I think in that first one, she shot her past self, and that was a big paradox, or future self, or I don't know, some paradox, which has caused the whole thing.
Right.
The thing that was chasing her, as far as I can tell, it's kind of like a bit like the Reapers from Father's Day, where it's like a kind of like chasing her because she's in like an anomaly or something. She meets the first Doctor.
Death.
In like
Actual death.
She meets the first Doctor in like an opera cape. He's on the
first
way.
Doctor.
He's on his way to see Mamma Mia with Ian, Barbara and Susan, apparently. So, there's like a really funny photo as well where it's like a picture of William Hartnell against like the Doomsday background.
Oh,
I think it's a Doomsday background. Yeah, it's just hilarious. And he sorts it all out and sends her on her way. If you remember, like Terry, the receptionist from the first one, she ends up being like the big mastermind behind it, but she gets killed. It's just like, I think even more like it felt like a waste of time anyway. But then to bring it all back
to the same place,
same point,
yeah,
it's like, oh come on! I was getting deja vu reading that. I was like, I had to check I'd actually clicked on the right link.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, because it was you're reading it thinking, is this?
Yeah, and I don't like to kind of like be like that about stuff like this, but like, I felt like the people involved. It was hard to get excited for it yourself because the people involved, aside from Suze herself, who obviously seemed like a great person, and really enthusiastic, and great from in the stuff that she did, like from what I've heard, I think the Big Finish trailer and stuff, she sounded genuinely good in that. But like, aside from that, all of the people involved, it just seems to be something that they haven't really. There's been no fanfare. Yeah, not really. Yeah, the whole thing just seems so baffling.
Yeah, that's the word.
It seems like. I mean, obviously, it is probably the final nail in the coffin, I think, for multimedia things. Events, and it kind of feels like it was an experiment to just really put that to the test. They've got like the evidence to say, the data, yes, this is why we're not doing another one.
Sure, yeah.
It kind of feels like the cynical...
And it did feel very much of the previous era, and it was something... It was almost like they wanted to kick it out the door so that it was done before November, maybe. So that it's like it's firmly done.
It's just weird.
It's bizarre. Yeah. I have no like strong feeling towards it. Like I won't. I'm not like, God, I hate this. This is making me angry. But I think it's more of a kind of mark against it that I have no feeling.
Yeah, it's just a shame it didn't amount to anything else. It doesn't even seem to have like found an audience. Like if it had.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't us, then great. But like, yeah, it just seems like sadly, no one really cares. Either the people it's meant to be for, or the people involved in it. So, sadly. But
so we weren't getting any Doomsday
that a note to end on. This is the last thing really. The very recent news about the iPlayer archive.
Best birthday present I could have got.
Absolutely,
it was fantastic. Yeah.
So all of Doctor, obviously the new series is already on there, but like all of Classic Who joining it, spin-offs. And what Doctor Confidential, maybe the full cuts, maybe, who knows.
Either way, I've not seen the cut downs in a good while as well. So yeah,
to have it all there, to click up a button, all the accessibility stuff they've done as well to make it more accessible than ever before.
Fantastic stuff.
I mean, to think that you can now kind of access that, obviously not for free because you have to pay a license fee, but for no extra cost. Like the barrier now of your DVDs, your Blu-rays,
so much, and kids as well, because obviously, parents will be paying the TV license anyway, so kids can just literally like it's at the click of a button. You know, how exciting is that? These kids are not going to know any kind of trials and tribulations of being like, oh well, the DVD's not out yet, or I've got to try and find that somewhere or whatever. Like they don't even have to pirate it on Dailymotion anymore. Like finally, it's there at the click of a button.
It's all come round. Yeah. It's fantastic, as it should be. Hopefully, as it will be forever now.
It's really, and it really seems like Russell's had. I mean, it's hard to say, but because obviously he's been in the press release saying, and he was very quick to be like, look how much work people have put into this, and well done to them because
it's a long time in the making, clearly, a long time coming, and brilliant. And to have this online archive as well, we don't quite know what that's going to look like yet, but it sounds good. Like I think 8,000 photographs or something, like scanned in 8K.
Yeah, that excites me as well.
No, maybe 8K. I'm going to numbers mixed up, but definitely 8K. Maybe more than that, more photos and like archive documents and things, interviews, radio bits, etc.
I've seen cover artists really ecstatic about those photos and things like that, and it sounds almost like someone went into
new stuff will surface.
Yeah, someone went into the BBC archives and was like, Why are these not online? Why have we not used all of these? So a massive thank you to everyone who's
and Russell has said there might be more to come. I mean, it's clear difficult as to what it might be. But thinking about it more now, and obviously not to get hopes or anything, but if there was ever like a it's difficult to say. If they found another missing episode or there was something like that, would they just drop it on there? Would it be in stages so they can like get their money's worth first? Actually, I haven't really thought this through.
That's a good point, actually.
in principle, it sounds like a really great way to drop that. But maybe actually more from a financial point of view, maybe they might. But then we're going to buy this stuff anyway. That's the thing.
Yeah. Someone said like to all those saying that what's this going to do for collection set sales? Like, have you met Doctor Who fans?
Literally. Yeah.
And there's all the documentaries and all the extras that you get with those things that aren't going to be on here.
And we're halfway through that as well now, so we're already knee deep into the collection sets.
Like heck, I'm still probably going to buy that new series Blu-ray set that's going to come out soon, despite the fact that it's literally all on iPlayer for free right now.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, it's kind of side by side with this. I think with that, and I suppose with any future things as well, they'll really have to go to town with the idea of it as a product,
value added,
value added stuff. All that stuff that makes it more worthwhile. Nice packaging, nice extra bits and pieces, pamphlets, whatever. They've more than ever. I think they've got to kind of go to town with all that stuff now. Which is kind of great though, isn't it? It's because great that it's
kind of means that people have to think outside the box and go, right, now we've got an extra challenge.
With that set, I'm sure it's going to look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's got to.
It's got to, isn't it? To actually justify it. Yeah. So whatever format it takes, whatever box they put it in, whatever cover artist that they choose, that should be exciting. So I think that's everything. And obviously there was this mirror thing as well. We didn't mention that, but that's
because it's the mirror.
That's out in the shops if you want to buy it.
How much
if
is
you
it?
can find it. It's £3.
A big £3 on there. I can't know how.
It's a nice sort of charming bit of merch where I haven't actually read it yet, but like it's got nice photos. It's got some text, some inaccuracies in the captions for the photos.
Of course,
I've seen a lot of that online.
It wouldn't be a mirror article otherwise, would it?
So
probably says that every episode exists in the BBC archives for the missing.
There's stuff like I don't know, like Tom Pertwee or I don't know John Baker. It's stuff like that, isn't it? It's to be expected.
I also love how the picture of Smith is not him as the Doctor because they obviously couldn't afford one to cover and stuff like that. That's brilliant. Yeah,
they did something like this for the 50th as well. It wasn't as a paper, but like as a.
I have that. Yeah,
as well. And it's like
I don't know if it was the mirror or. There was. Anyway, I've got something that's got. It's got like a really awkward picture of Smith on the front, and he's kind of bent over, which is obviously like one of those set photos that someone just. Yeah. And there's and all the photos of Tom are black and white, and like all this like.
Yeah, I think it's the same for this. I mean, we obviously can see for some of these. Yeah, there we go. But pick it up if you want. Otherwise, hopefully lots more stuff happening from now onwards. In the lead to the anniversary, and we'll cover it at some point. No doubt before then or after or just whenever. Let us know your thoughts on all this stuff in the comments. Are we wrong about Doomsday? Redacted? Any of these? Let us know thoughts on the filming, on just everything that's been going on, the announcements. I thought we didn't even discuss the trailer, did we?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris is the toy maker.
He's the toy maker. Yeah,
fantastic.
I mean, meat. What more do you need?
Yeah.
Meat. So thoughts in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to both of us. Stay tuned for more poll stuff coming at long last.
Yes, finally.
So do that and other stuff as well. But until then, goodbye.
Bye-bye!